Hi, everyone. Okay, so um, initially I had planned to do a video on July 6th. I'm going to forgo that for the time being. I'm in communication with the federal government in regards to that order, and um, it it is what it is. They seem to be being somewhat reasonable now with things, so I'm going to forgo talking about it for the time being. But what I do want to talk about today um, is maintenance enforcement and the provincial government. Now, MEP Maintenance Enforcement Program is a branch. It's regulated. It's through the provincial governments. So the one that I'm talking about today is the Manitoba Maintenance Enforcement Program. So um, I've been having quite a lot of issues with them. So back in, I believe it was February, my bank account got frozen, and without any kind of notification whatsoever. Now I work out of town, or I worked out of town. Communication. I had somebody picking up my mail, and I worked often in remote areas, so I mean sometimes cell phone reception wasn't the greatest. Um, so it is possible that maybe they tried calling but didn't go through. That is totally possible. I don't know. Why I didn't get a message, again, I don't know. Maybe my mailbox was full. I don't know. Anyways, so my bank account got frozen back in February, and um, as such, I inquired with maintenance enforcement um, what exactly was going on. So here you'll see some communication through the um, through Manitoba Maintenance Enforcement Program. I emailed them and inquired, saying, um, I think you guys are trying to get a hold of me because my bank account got frozen, but I have received no communication whatsoever. And Maintenance Enforcement Program responds that it wasn't them. It might have been Child Support Services, but she didn't know. And I said I don't have any clue, and asked her to look into it. After that, I got an email from Olu, and it has been absolutely nothing but a headache ever since. So, a few recent emails. This one is from Olu, stating that on um, June 15th, now this is without any other communication whatsoever. Um, the last communication I had prior to this was that they took off the freeze, and now without any other communication saying, okay, um, we're not quite sure what's going on here. Can you elaborate? Can you talk to us about this? Nope, they're just putting on a freeze. And they put on a freeze on my bank account on um, June 15th. Now, this is right after I had just gotten it off. Um, Again, my mortgage payments come out of this account. My property insurance, I just got my property insurance reinstated. And again, it's going to bounce because of this. Um, and this I'm looking at as harassment because he knows the implications of what happened last time. As a result of last time, my mortgage went into default. The the bank put my the mortgage into legal status, meaning I can't get a loan to pay off the maintenance enforcement. I can't get a loan to pay off the arrears of the mortgage. Like, it is literally creating a snowball effect, which is just um, further creating a worse situation. And I mean, like, if a person doesn't have the money, they don't have the money. trying to freeze their account, creating a situation where their credit is getting damaged, where they now run the risk of losing their house, their shelter, creating a situation where they can't even feed themselves because every cent is going to maintenance enforcement. This is abuse. This is the Manitoba government maintenance enforcement program abusing citizens. There's no other way to describe it. Um, so here he puts on the phrase again. Now, I had I had emailed them and said, like, I can't afford the payments. I'm not working right now. Um, and he sent me this request for administrative suspension enforcement form. So we're going to go over that quickly. But he basically says, I'll just read this out here. I've attached the request for administrative suspension of enrollment form with the no income statutory declaration form to be completed if you're not working and do not have any income as indicated in your previous email. You have on multiple occasions refused to complete the financial statement for payment arrangements, which would have given you some relief for the rear payment. Okay, let's discuss that for a moment. So we've already, like, in past emails past posts, I've talked about Miss Aquila on how she's being able to manipulate the system. I mean, a trial happened that was unconstitutional. Um, I was on legal aid. I was not able to get a lawyer. Trial went ahead anyways, violating my Charter of Rights. After that, um, she she advises her client to disregard uh, a judge's order, and um, her her client Owen writes this in an email to me. I send it to the Law Society, and the Law Society does nothing. So I mean, like, you can see the manipulation of the government systems and how she's able to um, maneuver her way in, like, around certain things, so to benefit herself, benefit her client, but ignoring other people's rights and violating proper procedure. I mean, it doesn't matter whether the government acknowledges this, it doesn't matter if the Law Society acknowledges this. I have the proof. It's online. All you have to do is look at it. Whether they choose to actually do anything about it is a completely another story. But if they don't, which they haven't, it just again speaks to the corruptness of the Manitoba government. Um, so I have been hesitant to give them information on where I was working because, I mean, it's kind of interesting that 2 weeks after Owen finds out where I'm looking at moving, or was looking at moving, I should say, um, that my employment ends. That is very, very odd. Um, Now, it might be totally coincidental. Who knows? But I am making note of it um, simply because if a pattern emerges, this will be one of the points in the pattern. So let's continue. The child support payments and arrears is important and must be collected to make sure, or collected. So make sure to complete the attached form, temporary relief, if you do not have any income and experiencing financial hardship. Okay, fine. So I completed the form. This is the form. And you notice how down here it has a, a commission of oaths. Well, almost any place you go for commissions, you have to pay to get that stupid signature. Well, if Olu has frozen my account, how am I supposed to pay for it? He is creating a catch-22 system where no matter what I do, I can't win. I can't get this signed because I don't have any cash to do it, and I can't get any relief because I can't get it signed. So um, that is the form. I did write to Olu and ask him for information. I said, as I informed you, I've never received correspondence or phone messages, um, as he indicated in his previous email of January 17th and February 8th. I didn't receive anything. Um, phone messages, maybe, I said phone messages, maybe because I was working in remote communities. I don't know. Um, I said, this will be the last time I request another officer, um, because that's his designation. He's a maintenance enforcement officer, but I find him very hostile, very discriminatory, and what he's doing is harassment. There's no other word for it. Um, I asked him if he removed the freeze on my account, which I confirmed today he has not. So today is June 26th, 2023, and the freeze still remains on my account. And that is at 3:23 p.m. Um, my house insurance is supposed to be coming out. My MPI payment's supposed to be coming out of there. And again, it's going to bounce because he's creating a situation that is creating financial hardship for me. He has acknowledged the fact that, yes, I'm not working. He has sent me these forms, but he has created a situation where it is impossible for me to complete these forms. Uh, okay, so um, and I did say, please respond to me by this Monday, otherwise I will be addressing this online. Well, guess what? Here I am. I'm addressing it. So clearly, he did not try to reach out to me. Um, I was a bit snarky with this last comment. I said it doesn't feel so good to be stressed with deadlines, especially when you're not given all the information. So down at the bottom of his last email, he says that in order for me to complete this financial hardship form thing that he sent me, I know I'm not using the correct term here. No, no income statutory declaration. That's the correct form, or correct term. But he gives me a deadline of June 30th, 2023. Well, what happens after June 20th, 2023, or June 30th, 2023? He's already froze my account. Um, I have no income. I mean, what else is he planning on doing? And I have asked him point blank, like, where do I go to get this done? Because I I don't have an income, and so how do I go and get this filled out? How do I pay for it when he's frozen my account and literally taken every cent out of it again? So this right here is he's creating financial hardship for me. He is harassing me. He is creating an impossible situation to um, complete the forms which he has indicated he needs and to which he's indicated a deadline for. So here I have addressed, I have addressed, sorry, here I have addressed my concerns with his supervisor, Dolores um, Bolhuno. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. If I butchered your name, Dolores, I'm sorry. Um, so here I have addressed the concerns with Dolores, and I said, on multiple occasions, I felt discriminated against, unheard, and ignored by Olu, and will not be tolerating it anymore. Going forward, every single email from Olu will end up online. Um, I I'm not doing this anymore. Like this is an impossible situation, and it is creating hardship for me, and it is affecting my credit long term. It was almost impossible for me to get house insurance. If my house insurance bounces again, I will be putting that online, and I will take it to every single media station in the world if I have to. That is how serious I am with this. It is not right. It is not fair. It is harassment and it is financial abuse towards Manitoba citizens. Anyways, that's my piece for right now. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will be talking to you probably in the next few days. Have a good day, everyone.